Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, today's episode, we're taking a look at FNBO Bank, their full credit card catalog as of mid-2022. So in typical fashion, we'll first learn a little bit more about them as a bank. We'll talk about their reward structures and earnings. We'll cover the personal cards and the business cards, of course, coming out on the other end of this, figuring out if these cards are worth considering a slot in your wallet or not. So of course, if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, as we always do, because FNBO is a more regional type bank, but they still have some interesting options here. We'll first get to know them with the classic Did You Know slide, so you'll be set at your next trivia night in case this comes up. So here we have it. Did you know? The First National Bank of Omaha is what FNBO stands for. Now, this is a subsidiary of First National of Nebraska. They were founded way back in December of 1857, so I've got a little bit of history going here. They're actually the largest privately held bank subsidiary in the U.S. because they have about 17 billion in assets at the time of taping this. Now, they, of course, if you might have guessed, they're headquartered in Omaha, Nebraska. They have about 109 Midwest branches. I realize Texas isn't necessarily Midwest, but, at least when you're going through their products, Texas is eligible, so that's what I'm putting them under there. And an interesting note here, their credit cards appear to be nationwide, available nationwide. So shout out to Adam at Proud Money. When he did his FNBO review on one of the cards, he actually put in the legwork of putting in a few different zip codes and testing that, which is not uncommon, because, again, you take someone like U.S. Bank that's not everywhere in the country, you can still get their credit cards in all the states, but it is somewhat unusual for a smaller bank that you could get their credit cards everywhere. So overall, that's good. So if you do see something you like here, you definitely have a shot to get it, and they do have one interesting option that, of course, we will cover. So that's about the bank. Now, again, they do have personal and business cards, but let's first learn about their reward structure, their earnings, and their redemptions. Then we'll get into the cards themselves. And so here we have it when you're talking about FNBO earnings and redemptions. In typical bank fashion, the cards either earn points or cash back. But honestly, these are basically cash back cards, and you'll kind of see as we go through. So I would consider them cash back. Now, the rewards don't expire, which is a nice touch. So long as your account is open, your rewards will be good. Now, a downside, though, is, you must redeem a minimum of $25 or 2,500 points at a time. That's one of the more annoying things banks do. And the redemptions, you're looking at statement credits, ACH to a bank account. It can be an external account from the way the terms are written, merchandise, gift cards, and travel. Now, again, with these redemptions, I tend to treat these as cashback cards because it's really hard to know for sure without having an account going in and, being able to price out redemptions. But more often than not, if you're talking about gift cards and travel and merch, that stuff's all going to be less than 1 cent per point. It almost never fails, actually. However, with ACH out to a bank, which an external bank is a great option, or statement credits, you're usually looking at 1 cent per point. So that's probably going to be the way to go. But of course, if anyone has experience or has one of these cards and has seen different on the redemptions, definitely feel free to let us all know down below. So now that we're all up to speed on the FNBO system, let's take a look at the cards. They have personal and business. Of course, let's start out with the personal side of the house first. And we are batting leadoff with the secured card. Interesting enough, they don't have a platinum card, believe it or not. Longtime watchers of the show will know why I said that. But anyways, this is a no annual fee card. Now, there are no multipliers to be had. Again, it's a secured card, so you're really trying to build credit. So the benefits here, you get a secured credit limit from $300 to $5,000. Of course, it's dependent on how much you deposit into an accompanying bank account with this card. Now, you do have the potential to qualify for a credit limit increase without additional deposit. Of course, that's going to be based on, your credit history and how you're making your payments with them, how that relationship goes over time. Now, you also may be able to get your deposit refund in 11 months with good history. Normally, secured cards have you go at least a full year. So it looks like if, you're getting out a little bit early for good behavior, you could get the money back and probably change it to another one of the two cards that we're going to talk about and keep your credit history that way. So the next card we have is the Evergreen card. So no annual fee here again. This is going to be your classic 2X card, so 2X on all purchases. Not much to write home about there. Now you do have what I would call the star of the show, which is the Getaway card. So again, no annual fee here. Multipliers, you're going to get 3 back on travel, 3 back on dining, 3 back on gas stations, 1 back on everything else. And of course, on their page, I'll link to down below, they do go into some detail about what they consider travel and what they consider gas stations. So travel, they have the majors covered. In the gas stations, I think they have most of them covered as well. So you should be good whether you're going to a regular gas station or maybe like one of those Sam's Club or Costco deals. And of course, this has no foreign transaction fees, which is always nice to see on a card like this. Now we jump over to the business side next. They do have two. So first we have the business edition secured. So this one clocks in at an annual fee of $39. There are no multipliers here. The benefits here is you can get a credit limit of $2,000 to $100,000. However, it's very important to note that the security deposit is 110% of your credit limit. Now, so if you had, for example, you wanted a $2,000 credit limit, that really means you need to deposit $2,200 at all times into the accompanying account. I don't know that I've seen that before. I'm not quite sure why that is. Maybe because they have an annual fee associated to it, but even then, that is kind of odd. But that's okay because we have one other business option here. That is the Evergreen Business Card. So no annual fee. If it looks familiar, it's because it's basically the business version of the personal one we just looked at. Multipliers here, classic 2x on all purchases. However, you do get a benefit here, which is earn 10,000 bonus points each year with $10,000 in spend annually. There's also some MasterCard benefits in here as well. Like you can get some discounts on QuickBooks and Intuit, basically by having a MasterCard and enrolling it in, the MasterCard benefits, which is a nice touch if you're using this card for business purposes. And so there you have it, guys. As of 2022, that is the FNBO credit card lineup. So a few different things here. Their cards are kind of like all over the place, right? So the secured cards I would definitely pass on. Especially the business one, I don't know why you need an annual fee on there. The 110% thing is also interesting to me because I don't know why they feel they would need more money down. But again, if you need a secured card to build credit, I have videos on that, and I'd always send you to like US Bank because US Bank has cards that actually earn multipliers and are secured as well, and that's generally the way to go. So secured, I would pass on. Now, obviously, the star of the show here is the Getaway card. You get a lot of multipliers here for no annual fee. 3x multipliers. Gas is always a good multiplier that some of the even major issuers don't have. Travel, dining, all pretty good. Even having no foreign transaction fee. So if you need one of the cards out of the lineup, I would say this could be it. This could definitely even be someone's gas card if they're just kind of like shopping around to try to fill out the best multipliers. 3x on gas is not bad at all. We've seen other cards like the PNC Cash Rewards can get up to 4x back on gas. That is capped though. So the difference between 3 and 4, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Honestly, other cards that get 3x on gas, I think generally come with an annual fee, like maybe the City Premier. So overall, I think this is a good option. And honestly, this is another one of those cards that we would probably be talking more about if it was with a bigger issuer. But because it's with a relatively smaller issuer, FNBO, region, we don't talk about them that much. It kind of flies under the radar. Now, the only downside, again, with this card at the time of taping, so this could change. With the time of taping, there's no sign-up bonus for this. But again, if you're just looking to build out a cashback setup, that one could be an interesting option for you. So anyways, guys, that's been a look at FNBO's full credit card catalogs. If you like this one, drop me a thumbs up down below. Of course, if you found it interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. So we're posting content just like this every single week. And of course, right back here on Sundays with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. My question for you guys is, if you worked with FNBO before as a card member, I should say, let us know your experience down below, especially on those redemptions and with the Getaway card. And for the rest of you out there, especially trying to build a cashback setup, what do you think about this one? Is this worth adding to your wallet for a classic, easy to use 3x on gas? Love to hear your thoughts. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.